So what is the best food that you love most?
I actually cook the Nigerian food myself because I believe if you are married to a Nigerian man, you have to cook so he not go chop for another woman, place. Orúkọ mi ni Natalia Mufutau, mama Ibeta.
Ibeta, yes.
Ibeta. Ati Iawo Waliu Mufutau Adeumi. For non-Yoruba speakers, my name is Natalia Mufutau. I'm the mother of those three gentlemen who are running around this place, as well as a wife of Adewumi Waliu Mufutau. We are both entrepreneurs, like my husband mentioned before. Apart of that, what I'm doing is Nigeria is my passion. I have recently came back from Nigeria, actually 1 week ago. So what I'm trying to do is I'm showcasing the true face of Nigeria through the social media. Through the actual interviews with the business modules and Nigerian celebrities. So what I'm doing is showing a good face and the bad face of Nigeria, showing the reality. Yeah.
Before you move forward, you said good face and the bad face.
Yes.
So why the bad face?
Because I think from my experience, what people like my experience, it's not my personal view. It's the experience of people I've talked to outside of Nigeria. People know Nigeria from scammers and from Boko Haram, and this is not what Nigeria is. Nigeria is an amazing country. I call Nigeria my home. I love the food. I love the people. I love the culture.
So what is the best food that you love most?
I actually cook the Nigerian food myself because I believe if you are married to a Nigerian man, you have to cook so he not go chop for another woman, place.
So Eforiro,
yes,
okay.
Egusi.
Egusi.
I do meat pie. I do
meat pie.
Jollof rice.
Jollof
Asun
rice.
go asun.
No.
Roasted meat, like
Yeah, that's easy.
Pelata
with chili.
with pepper.
Yeah, with pepper. Yes.
Okay.
Obe ata, no?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, like Omo Yoruba, I think so.
Omo Yoruba
That's
Gidi.
how I would
Good.
summarize myself. Yes.
Good Yoruba woman, indeed. Thank you
It's
so
not
much.
easy, oh.
Yeah, so thank you so much for that very brilliant insight about talking about good and bad. And I think that is one thing that we Africans need to wake up and step up, to talk about, the stories in our own way. I mean, the African story, because a lot of things that is being told about Africa is negative. So when are we going to start talking about the positive side and also acknowledge the negative part of it, that, okay, this is what we have as dilemmas that we are working on, and this is what we have right in these African countries. So I think what you are doing is very commendable, and I think is very, very laudable project. And some of the projects that you mentioned that you're doing, empowering the young people in Nigeria, and also telling, I'm really, really, really passionate about one thing you mentioned earlier, that you talk to young Nigerians not to leave Nigeria.
Yes.
So I want us to talk more about that, because a lot of young Nigerians that I've talked to, they will say, okay, so if you are encouraging us to stay back, why are you not here with us?
I want to be in Nigeria. I want to support in Nigeria. Of course, it's easy to say if you come from Europe. I know that there are many Nigeria. I mean, like I said, I was in Nigeria. I lived 3 days on mainland, and I had meetings on the island. And then I just decided to move to the island because it was so hectic, dangerous. And that are the main reasons, because I was spending 4 hours minimum in transportation, like just coming from the island to
Mainland.
from
Yeah,
mainland
that's
to
true.
island.
That's
But
true.
I love mainland because it represents majority of Nigeria, to be honest.
That's true.
There is a beauty in mainland. I can't really say what, but it's amazing that people suffer, but they still put on the smile every day, and they go out and they hustle. Because
Right.
Life in mainland, it's all about hustling.
Hustling, yes. Then on the island is different. Things is really rolling, because it's island is mainly for elites.
I moved moved only because of the logistics.
Because of the logistics.
Yes, and
yeah, there's
safety.
better internet on the island.
I had internet with me, the device, so I was prepared.
So it won't even matter if you stay on the island or the mainland. The internet was fine.
Yeah, of course. And the food, I love the street food, so I would say that the food was better on the mainland.
That is true. That is true. That is true as well. So, talking about those young Africans who have passion to travel to Europe through the Mediterranean Sea, they want to take any risk whatsoever to get out of Africa. What do you think, you have to say to them?
That's a very good question, actually. One of my projects is to interview the Nigerian celebrities and business people. The second project, what I'm doing is I'm also interviewing normal Nigerians who have an interesting story to say. And one of them was actually a person who traveled on the boat from Nigeria to Italy. And it's a drama. This is a real person I talked to that saw people dying on the sea, that was comfortable. He was okay in Nigeria, but he believed in all these stories, what people say about the beauty of Europe, and that everything is easy and money grows on the tree. So I talked to him. The man is traumatized. He spent 6 years in the camp. For the asylum, yes, and after 6 years he got the permit. So 6 years of his life, and when I mentioned the story in Nigeria, people said it was worth it. If you ask him, I'm not sure, he wasn't sure himself. He didn't get any psychological help. As I mentioned before, he almost died. This is a very traumatic experience that he like. People in Italy didn't really help him with anything, and there are thousands of people like that, and there are even more who lost their life on the boat. We're talking about the children, about the whole families, about the mothers and fathers who were still okay in Nigeria. So I would say that I would not encourage that. There are so many other ways how you can get to Europe. My husband actually helps a lot with that. It's through the education. There are visas. It's like I know that there are many consultants in Nigeria who give bad advices, because that's also what I was told.
Exactly.
It is a very
because of the consultant just want money.
Exactly.
And they are now worried about how what you face when you arrive there, or how you get there, or how your life is going to look like. They just want the immediate gratification, immediate benefits.
So it's just quickly to say something. So please, guys, if you are thinking about going to Europe or to any other part of the world this way, please don't do that. Talk to people who are already in Europe. You know everyone, your neighbor, the neighbor of your neighbor, someone is there, and please ask a lot of questions first, because that's very important. You can't risk your own life. We're talking about life here. You can't risk your own life and the life of your family just for the sake of going there.
Right.
There are people staying there, they are starving, they are dying on the streets of Italy, and this is the real story I'm talking about. I have talked to the person, he was crying, he's traumatized. So please, be careful.
Just one more thing that if I could add. You can imagine the year when I moved to Europe, I had friends also that came to Europe. Using following this Mediterranean
path.
And fast forward to 2012, when I actually got my citizenship here, they were still there.
Wow.
Still struggling. Still
trying to make it
without a proper paper to stay in Europe. And because I came in through education, after 5 years I was able to gain my citizenship. And up till now, some of them are still struggling. Is it worth it? Wasting many years of your life that you could have used to do better things, even back home in Nigeria.
Exactly.
So my advice is that I'm not going to tell people not to leave, okay? Because people migrate for different reasons. You migrate to gain more experience, to gain education, and some other things like that.
To get empowerment.
If you have to do it, please do it the right way, because it's not going to work it at the end.
Like what Natalia said, she in fact she nailed it on the head. She said, ask question, talk to somebody somebody knows somebody,
Exactly.
somebody knows somebody in your neighbor. Talk to them and see what advice, they can offer you. And if they are not offering you the right advice, continue to search for the right way to get this right. Because what we are talking about here, we are living experience. I myself, when I left Nigeria, I was lucky that I left through the State Department program. So even the State Department program that I came to the United States with requires me to go back to Nigeria and spend 2 years. It was part of the main requirement. If you are on that, if you are on that program, it's called exchange program. If you are on that program, the United States government restricts that no matter what reason, you cannot adjust or change your status. So I returned back to Nigeria and worked in Nigeria for 2 years. So after the 2 years expires, I got closer with the embassy in Lagos, which is the consulate. And through, the friendship, trust they have in me, I was able to get the right way, to migrate back to the United States legally, which really helps me as well. So I'm also using my own story that I've never told on camera, never, ever, so getting it right when you live in Africa to any European, America, North America, any country, it is very, very key and very, very important. So on this program, Searching for Africa, I will continue to talk to Africans abroad that have a lot to offer Africans on the continent. What advice, last word for our viewers?
Okay, so, I think we've actually touched every part of what we will be giving you guys as advice. But one thing is certain. I and my family, we are advocates of culture and language. And if you want to have a deeply rooted kids, obedient, mannered kid abroad, you need to imbibe them with your language and culture, because that is the only way they can develop better and have high self-esteem. When they understand everything about their language and culture, they will be able to understand themselves, and then they will be able to be proud of themselves and of the country. Thank you very much.
Natalia, your last message to Nigerians and Ghanaians and Somalians and also all other part of Africans watching you on the show today.
So first of all, I always say that be proud of where you come from. Like my husband said, the identity is so important, because for those having children, you are an example to your children. If you are not proud where you come from, if you don't talk, you don't speak in your native language on the daily basis, don't expect your children to do that. So I think that's number one. Number two, I love Africa. I think there is so much potential in Africa. Of course, there is once the politics is involved, then there is a lot of mess as well. But please don't leave Africa. My personal advice would be, if you really seek for education, get an education abroad and go back to your own country to support the development of your own country. No one said it's easy, but I'm speaking as a mother of 3, and I'm not thinking about only their generation. I'm thinking about their children and the children of our children. It's very, very important, because if all the valuable people are leaving and they are not planning to come back, then this is the problem. If, for example, we are speaking in like 50, 100 years. And just the last thing, when I was in Nigeria, I met amazing people who are doing very well in Nigeria. And then living on the island or living on the mainland, I also met people who are not doing well. But let's focus on those who are really hustling, because no success comes easy. Is it either in Europe, US, or Africa?
Exactly.
You have to just keep pushing. And Nigeria is a very hectic environment, as we all know, but there is so much potential in it. I believe Somalia, Ghana, and any other part of Africa, it's the same. It just requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of sacrifice. We, like people, call us successful. I think we are not successful yet. We are on the way to be successful, but remember, there's always a price to pay.
Right.
So I think that's my final advice. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, hit the like button, share. I'll continue to bring more for you on Searching for Africa. My name once again, Abdul Rashid Abubakar. Bye for now.
Bye.